So for today's video, I do think I found dark horse for this season, and it came about like very unexpected. I was pretty much like I was uninterested, and I was like, this first episode came out. Let me give it a try, and it's your typical hero backstabbed and then come to find out he's actually OP, and not only that, but he's actually, gonna get his revenge or whatever is gonna. It sounds like from his perspective, he might actually. It seems like from the previews or whatever, it seems like he's actually gonna make a kingdom, and go through with his plan of revenge. Now, to briefly talk about why, honestly, I'll probably bring it up, but the way he was backstabbed in totally small politics. So, it's explained to us that this world there's 9 races: elves, beasts, whatever, demon, oni, human, all those tribes, dwarves. And then if we basically this human goes to become an adventure, be an adventure. Come to find out he's a Frank, and he finds out that Frank jobs are really hard. So this party that kind of lines up with his ideals, because apparently his ideals are like world without discrimination, and coincidentally there was a party of 8 members pretty much of representing each race, and all they needed was a human to be their leader. And then after, I'm guessing, a month or whatever, they entered this dungeon. And they totally back them, and then they reveal a lot of things. One, that they were ordered to do this. So like I said, it just smells of politics. Like, it's obvious someone political organized the group just so like they can look the part of like, hey, we're actually fighting this. It's kind of like what happens in real world, like with riots paid. They're obviously paid. So like, I don't know. I feel like we're just looking at like we got like a clue. Like, this really just reflects real world or real world politics. But anyway, so they reveal like, oh, we thought you could serve as our master because of your gift. Then the gacha. And then it turned out he says, they find out it's a very weak gift. And they obviously try to kill him off. Last second, he stumbles upon teleportation, it teleports him, and then just as this, he's about to, which teleports him deeper levels, and then out of desperation, he uses gacha, knowing that it's thinking that it's useless. It turns out he pulls out, this super ultra rare card, which turns out to be level 9999. A very broken card basically, which carries up monsters. And then that's when it's also another part revealed that his gacha isn't actually useless. What had happened was that it depends like on your mana thing. So obviously, since it's a human, he doesn't have a lot of mana to begin with. So the second part is obviously his surroundings. It's explained by this maid that up in the surface level, like the mana density is very like zilch. But when you travel down here, your gacha could use the mana surrounding you, and then you were able to pull ultra rare, super rare, from the gacha. And then obviously he goes over, he was like, yeah, it was I didn't actually come down here by myself. I was actually betrayed. I came here by accident. And then he says, I want my revenge. Tells the story, and he ends it, and he says, later, I want my revenge. Think. He says, I want my revenge, but I want it by my terms. So what it sounds like to me is that, so instead of automatically, because he could tell his very broken servant to just kill these people, easy peasy, like he said. But what they told him stuck to him, that they actually got orders, and from that he kind of, he's like, no, that's not enough. So if we use our context clues, also at the end of the episode, we see him summon another character, another broken character. I'm guessing it's that Golden Knight or whatever. Yeah, that Golden Knight that we see in the poster about. Yeah, at the end of the video we see the episode, we see him use the gacha one more time. So at the episode 2 he should get another incredibly broken servant. But my concern for going forward is, how is the boss gonna react to this? I guess they're the ones that they take orders from, because they did say, like, we were ordered to kill you. So obvious that someone is telling them this. So what's gonna happen when the party comes back and says, what, this human disappeared, but he did go further underground, which we think he is actually no. Like, what if, like, no, actually, yeah. So what if, like, so what I'm thinking is, like, they could be, like, at first they could be, I guess it would have to work if they told the truth. So what if it's like a situation, when they go to the office to report, if it's 50-50. Half of the group wants to lie to the boss, and the other group, or at least one, wants to tell the truth. And I'm just trying to understand, like, what's gonna be his reaction. And so, I mean, imagine their faces when, like, let's say, because I can imagine in a meeting, let's say, like, one person in the group accidentally lets it slip, like, oh yeah, we did leave that little kid to alive, but he did teleport, like, deep underground. And then, because, the boss is, I guess, paranoid, he's like, okay, can you guys go check it? And then I can see, like, the group going back to the cave, and then they just see dead monsters. Then they come to that realization like, whoosh, he escaped, and like, well, that's gonna be a huge problem, cause obviously he's gonna talk. It's only a matter of when, pretty much. That's the thing. But I'm guessing from what it seems, it's probably gonna be a long time, because from what he says, it seems like he wants to create a kingdom first, and then revenge. No, a kingdom, and in the process of like making that kingdom, I can change. So I can see like in the process, like while he's getting his strength and whatever, he he goes after the 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 guild or whatever, the party. But I can also see like where his strong to the point, like, yeah, he obviously like kills off one by one the guild, the party, and then the last person obviously is the boss. And then he, because he knows the boss, who the boss is, he goes up to him and he says, look, I could, you know, I could kill you right now and tell and let all other kingdoms know what happened to me, or we keep that between us and you can live, but in exchange this kingdom is gonna be mine. Kind of like what Overlord happened, kind of like what happened season 4 Overlord, when he took over that kingdom. It kind of like that, pretty much, I would say. Or that's kind of my thought. But yeah, once again, I just want to say this is probably a dark horse. I did not expect it to be this, to go this hard. But with that being said, like I said, I was kind of happy because, like I said, this season lately has been very dry. And I'm just waiting for quality animes to drop. Like there was an episode that came out, Togen Anki might make a video on it or not. I don't know yet. Maybe for tomorrow or something. But I mean, yeah, I'm just happy that more anime is starting to come out, because the season started or whatever. But overall, I really think this show could be a dark horse for the season. Aside from the big names, Spy Family, One Punch, and My Hero and whatnot. But I think I'm just gonna leave it at that. Please leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.